hey folks, Species7 here. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Farm Sim 17. You can see we're not in Kansas anymore. Actually, I don't know if you've ever been to Kansas, but this, in fact, is Emerald Valley Logging. An odd choice, perhaps, by FDR Logging Mods. So, what are we doing on this map? Well, I had an idea. Okay, I'll be honest. A viewer of mine suggested something inadvertently. They said that, I've been saying lately I've been getting a little bit burnt out with Farm Sim and all that. With, thousands of hours into it and, thousands of videos to show for it. Yeah, it was just starting to get a little bit tired. And one of my viewers, Jerry Thompson, to name names, there you go, dude, you're as famous as I can make people, said that what they like to do is build their own farm and start from there. And I thought, a map I really enjoyed was the old Hard Workin' map, was what it was called. And you basically, your fields all had trees in them and stuff like that. Other than that, it was a fairly normal map. So before you cut a field, you had to literally cut a field. And I thought, well, yeah, I really enjoyed that. There was another more recent map where I did a little bit of a mini-series on it. Unfortunately, for reasons, it discontinued itself. However, but it was the same sort of an idea. You had a little farm, but you didn't have any fields. So this one goes even further. If we look at this map, we'll notice, well, there are no farms, there are no fields. There are, in fact, simply logging areas. And we have a biogas plant, we have one sell point, and we have a sawmill. And then, well, basically just this huge open space to put things. But I mean, it would be one thing to, just simply knock a few trees down and put a field right here. And, it wouldn't take us too long and we'd be on the way. But what if, instead, I decided this, like, I'd like my house up here, between the beautiful little river and the actual road access. And as for fields, well, I think we're going to, we've got a little bit of space here. There's another area over here that we can knock out, put a pretty decent sized field in here. And if we continue on, we've got another big clear space down in here. Now, they're not terribly level, they're not terribly square, and they're full of trees. So, the other thing you may notice is there's only one road in here. And getting to these fields will be a different issue, which means we're going to build our own roads. And, well, we're going to build everything. We are going to build our own farm out here in the middle of nowhere. And I don't know, it just seems like it might be a neat way to go, yeah. Like, I think we could set our house back in here, if we, It's too bad. No tree founded. I have a mod installed called Tree Marker, but it doesn't seem to work on any of these trees. Mark next tree. No tree founded. Now I know these are cuttable. No tree founded. Because you can see if we activate our hand tool, it's all good. So, well, that's unfortunate. I was looking forward to being able to mark out the trees we wanted to knock over. But it doesn't appear that they work on this map. But that's okay. So, that's sort of my idea. If you can have a look at where we actually are. Now, I mean, it would have been nice if we could have gotten into this area, but I think this is just sort of a, it's there but not there thing. So you can see we've got a ways to go, but we can easily put a field into this number 9 patch. We can put a couple of fields into the 7. There's another area here we could certainly use, 6, and eventually work our way down towards this end. Now, the other thing of it is, of course, there's going to be no animals. I forgot I have to actually start the engine. Because that is the one thing that, although we can, like I say, make our own fields, we can make our own roads, we can do any of those things, I have not yet. Now, if you guys know of any, please leave a link. But I have not yet found any placeable animal. Well, other than bees. Which we will be using, believe it or not. I mean, it's a gorgeous little map. And before we haul equipment in, I mean, there's things like this. I've got to improve this piece. So I will be, bringing in a truckload of dirt and bulldozing it flat so that we'll actually be able to get our farm equipment in there, those sort of things. So, but that's sort of the idea. As I say, it's not really my idea. I owe the idea to Jerry. But, when I said to him, hey, that sounds like such a good idea for a series, I might have to steal it, he said, awesome. Now, as far as I'm concerned, that's pretty much saying yes. And if I mistook that, my friend, please do tell me. Otherwise, that's sort of our plan. Now, I know that from what he told me, when he does it, he basically takes an existing farmable map, and just chooses somewhere a little bit off-grid to start his goodies. But, well, you know me. I like to do things my way. And that's, yes, I'm the original innovator of crop circles. But, oh, right. There we go. So, that's my thought. I'm going to sell everything that it comes with. This is all the kit that they start you with. We'll be selling all of this. I mean, that would probably be handy, hey? But, we'll see. We'll see. So, those are my thoughts, guys. I'm going to start with, like $500,000 and a can of red spray paint and a chainsaw. And go from there. So if you think it might be an interesting project, let me know. Let me know. I will still continue to do one of the 2 production style regular farm sim maps that we're doing. But I thought as a, like I say, a completely different sort of animal. Wow, this has got quite a porch. Unfortunately, it's not an actual functional sawmill. It is simply a humongous building. So there you go. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. And any suggestions, like things that we could add that would make this more interesting, like I have the more materials installed. The mod that lets you add dirt and sand and those sort of things. I've got a ton of placeables for usable things. Like the different sort of barns we'll need. There's a general storage. There's a bale barn. I guess we won't need bales unless we can find animals. Other than resale, there is a point that buys bales here. Wood chip storage. I've added fruit trees. Some sheds to start us out. A bunch of different fencing. Right, all of these sort of things. Placeable tanks, a sawmill. We've got the slow bee factory. I've got some lights to place down. And like I said, we've also got materials like sand, and I imagine we would buy those where? Maybe pallets? I haven't... Oh yeah, sand, soil. So, that's my thoughts on it. Let me know. And like I said, if you think there'd be something that would be really cool to put down on this map, as there appears, I haven't actually been over there. Let's go over there. Because it kind of looks like there's quite the BGA, and I'm not sure why, because like I said, there's no animals. So where we're going to get things like manure, I'm not entirely sure, and I don't think I can actually get there going in that direction. So I guess we can also sort of count this as a map review of Emerald Valley logging. I mean, most of the map is exactly what you're looking at here, right? Dirt roads through huge tracts of forests. Now, I also looked at a couple of others that FDR had done. The Pacific something logging, I believe, which was supposed to be up in the Pacific Northwest. And then there was also, well, we might get away with one or two small placeables up here. I guess grass cutting is what you're supposed to fill these with. Yeah, I'm not sure why there's such a big BGA. But I looked at the other ones, and they weren't quite, I don't know, quite as suitable, if I may say so, for this project as I think this one may turn out to be. Now, it's unfortunately that there's very, very little flat land. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge once we actually start farming. But word of warning, we're a ways from starting farming. So, there you go, guys. I know this is a really super short video, but, well, it's only an idea, a concept, a thought I'm having. So, there you go. Let me know. Take care of each other, and ciao for now.